I yawned, stretching my arms over my head, and blinked at the morning light spilling through the blinds. Emily stirred beside me, her blonde hair falling across the pillow. "Morning," she murmured, voice soft and sleepy. "Morning," I replied, smiling. "Coffee?" She shook her head, sitting up. "I'm meeting a friend today. Just a quick visit." I nodded, though something in her tone made me pause. "A friend?" "Yes," she said, tucking her hair behind her ear. Then, after a beat, she kissed my cheek. "Don't worry, I'll be back by lunch." I forced a smile, feeling a tiny knot of unease. "All right, have fun." She glanced at her phone, hesitation flickering across her face. "I'll text you." "Sure," I said, watching her leave. The door clicked behind her, and I felt a faint chill, as if something invisible had passed by. A knock at the door startled me. "Ryan," I called, rushing to answer. He grinned, holding a bag of coffee. "Thought I'd drop by before work. You up for a chat?" "Always," I said, stepping aside. We settled on the couch, coffee in hand. Ryan's dark hair was slightly messy, his eyes sharp and calculating, like he could see right through me. "So, how's married life?" he asked casually, taking a sip. I shrugged. "Good, I guess. Busy morning, you know. Emily's visiting a friend." He raised an eyebrow. "Just a friend?" I laughed nervously. "Yeah, why?" "Nothing," he said, but his gaze lingered. "Just trust your gut, man. Sometimes the small things matter." I frowned. Small things like little hesitations, secret glances at her phone, he said lightly. "I'm not saying anything, just notice patterns." I nodded slowly. "I'll keep that in mind." Ryan smirked. "Don't overthink it. But remember, if your gut's buzzing, it usually has a reason." We talked about work, our friends, and nonsense to distract from the tight feeling in my chest. I laughed at Ryan's stories, though my mind kept drifting back to Emily. "Hey," Ryan said suddenly, leaning forward. "You seem off today. Something's bothering you, isn't it?" I shook my head, trying to sound casual. "No, just a weird feeling, I guess. Nothing serious." Ryan gave me a knowing look. Weird feelings usually are serious. I smiled, forcing the unease down. "Thanks, man. I'll deal with it." By mid-morning, I was at work, but I couldn't focus. Every email, every phone call seemed secondary to the thoughts swirling in my head. Emily's hesitation, her glances at the phone, it didn't add up. I caught myself staring out the window, imagining what she could be doing, who she could be seeing. The rational part of me said I was being paranoid, but a nagging part whispered that I shouldn't ignore it. Lunch came and went. I barely touched my sandwich, my stomach twisting uncomfortably. Every ping of a phone made my heart race. Was it Emily texting her friend, or someone else? I tried to shake the thoughts. "Stop it," I muttered under my breath. "Trust her. You know her. She wouldn't." The rest of the sentence died in my throat. I didn't want to finish it. By the time I left work, I made a decision. I would trust Emily. I had to. Otherwise, what kind of life would that be? Living in suspicion and fear? I shook off the lingering unease, shoved my hands into my pockets, and walked toward home, smiling at the thought of Emily greeting me at the door. I didn't know it yet, but everything was about to change. My phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. I grabbed it and saw a message from Emily. "Running late. Won't be back until later. Don't wait for me." I frowned, typing back, "Okay. Everything all right?" A few seconds later, her reply came, "Yeah, just caught up. Don't worry." I set the phone down, but a restless feeling crept in. Something about the phrasing didn't sit right. Caught up with what? I muttered to myself. I decided to take a drive, clear my head. Maybe a quick errand near her friend's apartment would distract me. As I turned onto Maple Street, my heart suddenly thumped. There she was, Emily, not just near the apartment, entering the front door of a hotel, laughing. And with her, Daniel. My stomach dropped. I blinked, convinced my eyes were playing tricks. "No, that can't be," I whispered. Daniel glanced over, smiling at her in that familiar way that had once made my blood boil. He was married. I knew it. I knew it. And yet, there they were. I parked a little down the street, gripping the steering wheel. My hands were shaking. My chest felt tight, and I couldn't breathe properly. Why? Why would she? I stammered. I watched through the reflection in the lobby glass. Emily leaned toward him, hand brushing his arm lightly. They laughed. My throat tightened. I tried calling her, but the phone went straight to voicemail. Emily, pick up. Please, I muttered, jaw tight. A hotel staff member passed by, pushing a cart. I watched their movements, anything to distract myself. But all I could see was her, smiling like nothing mattered. I took a deep breath and whispered to myself, I must be imagining it. Maybe they're just friends. But no, I knew Daniel. His smug grin, the way he looked at her. Too familiar. Too close. My head was spinning. Friends don't laugh like that, I said, voice trembling. I wanted to get out of the car and run to her, scream, demand answers. Instead, I stayed frozen, heart hammering, mind racing. What if this had been going on for weeks? Months? How many lies had I swallowed? Emily, how could you? I said aloud, my voice catching. My phone buzzed again. Another text from her. I didn't want to check it. I knew what it would say. But curiosity got the better of me. Sorry, got caught up. I'll explain later. I slammed the phone down. Explain? Explain what? I shouted into the empty street. A bell rang from the hotel door. Another guest came out, oblivious, smiling at nothing, and my stomach twisted. I felt sick. My mind flipped through every memory of her. The kisses, the promises, the late nights she claimed were for work. Was it all fake? I muttered. Was I nothing? I gripped the steering wheel so hard my knuckles whitened. I wanted to run, to confront, to demand the truth, but I couldn't move. Every option felt like stepping into a storm. Daniel and Emily disappeared into an elevator, their laughter echoing faintly through the lobby. I leaned back, head resting on the seat, trying to steady my breathing. I need answers, I whispered. I replayed their smiles, the ease between them. How long? How long? I muttered, chest tightening. The hotel staff wheeled the cart past again, humming softly. The mundane normalcy around me clashed violently with the chaos in my chest. This isn't real, I tried to convince myself. I pulled out my phone, debating whether to call Ryan. No, I needed clarity first. Proof. Something concrete before I unleash my panic. I watched the elevator doors close, taking them out of sight. My hands shook. My heart ached. Betrayal wasn't just a word anymore. It was a living thing, crushing me from the inside. I whispered her name, again and again, tasting the disbelief in it. Emily, why? Why now? Why him? I knew that nothing would be the same again. My trust, my heart, they were fractured, and I didn't know if I'd ever be able to piece them back together. I sat in the car, frozen, waiting for something, anything, to make sense. But all I could feel was the jagged edge of betrayal cutting deeper than I ever imagined. I stumbled into the nearest cafe, hands trembling so badly I nearly dropped my coffee cup. Hey, are you okay? The barista asked, raising an eyebrow. I shook my head, muttering, yeah, just tired. I found a corner table and sank into the chair, trying to breathe. My phone vibrated in my pocket. Ryan. Of course he would call. Ryan, I said, voice barely a whisper. Hey, man, you sound off. What's going on? I tried to form words, but my chest tightened. It's Emily. I saw her today. There was a pause. Saw her way. At a hotel with Daniel, I finally choked out. Daniel, her ex. Yes, married. And they? I don't know. Laughing. Close. I can't believe it. Okay, slow down, Ryan said, calm and steady. Take a breath. I leaned back in the chair, gripping my coffee like a lifeline. I trusted her. I thought. You thought what? He asked gently. That she, I don't know, that she loved me. That she wasn't, my words faltered. Cheating, he offered. Yes. I shouted, then immediately lowered my voice. I don't know how long. Was I ever enough? Hey, Listen to me. You don't know everything yet. You need proof before jumping to conclusions. I don't care. I saw them. My own eyes. And the way she smiled at him. That doesn't prove everything. I know. But it's a start. You need clarity, not just anger. I ran a hand through my hair. Clarity, right. I feel like my world just crumbled. Every memory of us, gone. Memories don't vanish. They just shift. You'll see them differently. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they weren't real, he said. Then why? Why now? I whispered, staring at the table. I don't know, but freaking out won't help you think straight. I swallowed hard. I can't just sit here. I need to know. I have to see the truth. Then do it carefully. Don't get reckless. Track what you need. Document it. And don't let it destroy you while you're at it, he advised. I nodded, though the shaking didn't stop. I feel sick, Ryan. My chest, it hurts. I know, man. Heartbreak is brutal, but you're stronger than you realize. Focus on steps, not feelings. You can handle this. I can't believe this. The late texts, the smiles, the lies. Did she plan this? Was it months? I muttered. Don't assume. Right now, you need facts. And you need to protect yourself emotionally. I leaned back, closing my eyes, remembering every moment. Our first kiss, the small promises, laughing in the kitchen at midnight, the comfort of a hand in mine. All of it. Did it mean nothing? Not nothing. It shaped you. But you can't let it blind you to reality now, Ryan said softly. I opened my eyes, staring at the steam curling from the coffee. I can't ignore this anymore. Today changed everything. My trust, it's gone. It's okay to feel that. Just channel it. Don't explode. Don't panic. Plan, Ryan said. Plan, right. First step, proof. I can't let this linger in shadows. I need to know everything. Exactly. Be smart. Don't confront yet. Don't act on anger. You'll have your answers soon. I don't know if I can wait. My mind, it's spinning. How do people do this without losing their minds? Step by step. Breathe. One moment at a time. You'll survive this, he said firmly. I exhaled shakily, gripping my coffee again. Okay, one step at a time. Proof. Document. Then, we'll see. Good. You got this, man. And call me if you feel like you're about to crack. Don't go through it alone. I won't. Thanks, really, I muttered, a mix of gratitude and despair in my voice. I hung up and looked around the cafe. The world seemed normal. People chatting, baristas moving, clinking cups. But for me, nothing would ever feel the same. I pulled out my notebook and phone. Notes, pictures, any trace of evidence. I had to start somewhere. The anger, the heartbreak, the confusion, it fueled me. I whispered to myself, no more lies. I need the truth, and I'll find it, no matter what it takes. For the first time that day, a small clarity emerged. The pain was sharp, but it was also driving me forward. I wasn't broken yet. Not completely. I sipped my coffee, trembling, and whispered, this is the day everything changes. I sat in my car outside Laura's apartment, trying to calm my shaking hands. I hadn't seen her in months, but she knew Emily well. Maybe she could help me understand, or at least give me some clarity. I knocked on the door, heart hammering. Hey, long time. Laura greeted, smiling warmly. Come in. Thanks, I muttered, stepping inside. Her apartment smelled faintly of coffee and cinnamon. We sat on the couch, and I tried to sound casual. So, how's Emily doing these days? Laura tilted her head, sipping tea. She's good, I guess. Busy with work. Why? Just checking in, I said. My voice cracked. You know, old friends, catching up. Laura nodded. Sure, she's been okay, quiet lately. Why? I hesitated, then asked, do you know anything about her and Daniel? Her eyebrows shot up. Daniel? Oh, wow. Yeah. They dated before she met you. Ended badly. Why do you ask? I tried to keep my voice steady. Badly how? Arguments, Trust issues. She told me she wanted to move on. He's married now, of course, Laura said casually, not knowing my suspicion. I clenched my fists under the table. Did they meet at all after she met me? Secretly. Laura paused. I think so. I remember she mentioned grabbing coffee sometimes, but I thought it was just catching up, nothing serious. Coffee? I repeated, my voice tight. Was it really nothing? Laura shrugged. I don't know. She seemed guilty at times, texting late at night, sneaking out. But I never pried. I assumed it was work stuff. My chest tightened. Late night texts, sneaking out. Yes, she mentioned it once, but brushed it off. You know Emily. I gritted my teeth. So she's been hiding things, meeting him for weeks, maybe months. Laura looked uncomfortable. I guess it's possible, but I didn't know the full story. I leaned forward, voice low. Did she ever seem conflicted, hesitant? Laura nodded. Yeah, especially around Daniel. She'd laugh, then get quiet, stare at her phone. She never told me why. I closed my eyes, memories flooding back, her late-night texts, that secret smile, the way she'd leave the room suddenly. Everything clicked into place. Betrayal, pure and simple. So, she's been meeting him while married. I asked, voice trembling. Maybe. I didn't know it was serious, Laura said quickly, shaking her head. I clenched my fists. Of course you didn't. You didn't see what I saw today. Laura looked at me, eyes wide. Wait, what do you mean? I shook my head. Never mind. Forget it. I just needed to know if I wasn't imagining things. Laura leaned back, watching me quietly. You okay? No, I admitted, voice tight. I'm not. I trusted her. Everything I thought I knew, it's gone. Laura put a hand on mine. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. You didn't deserve this. I swallowed hard, fury and hurt mixing together. How long has this been going on? Weeks? Months? How do I even begin to fix this? Laura shrugged helplessly. I can't answer that. I only know what she told me. But you deserve clarity. Maybe you should talk to her. I shook my head violently. No, not yet. I need proof first. I can't just confront her blindly. I need evidence, a timeline, everything. Laura frowned. Are you planning revenge? I stared at her. I don't know yet. I need to see clearly. Then I'll decide. But I can't let this stay hidden. Laura nodded slowly. I get it. Just be careful, okay? I will, I muttered, standing up. Thanks for listening. She smiled faintly. Anytime. I hope you find the answers you need. I stepped out into the cool evening, heart pounding. My mind raced through every secretive text, every hidden glance, every late-night phone call. Daniel, that smug grin. Emily, conflicted and guilty. Weeks of hidden meetings, betrayal layered over every memory I had. I whispered under my breath. This isn't just a mistake. This was calculated, and I will find out everything. Anger burned through me, mixing with heartbreak. I didn't know yet if I would confront her, expose her, or take some other path. But one thing was clear. Nothing would stay hidden, not for long. I climbed into my car, hands gripping the wheel, and whispered, time to uncover the truth, every last piece of it. I sat on the edge of the couch, hands gripping my knees, waiting for her to come home. Every tick of the clock felt louder than the last. My chest tightened with anticipation and dread. The door opened. Emily stepped in, smiling faintly. Hey, you're home early. I didn't reply. My silence made her pause. Everything okay? She asked, glancing at my hands. I looked up, eyes narrowing. No, everything is not okay. Her smile faltered. I thought what? I demanded, my voice shaking. That you could lie to me? That you could hide things and I wouldn't notice? Emily's eyes widened. It's not like that. Not like that. I snapped. Really? Because I saw you, Emily. I saw you with Daniel. At the hotel. Laughing, touching, like it meant something. She froze, lips parting, eyes darting away. It's complicated, she whispered. Complicated. I shouted. You're married, and you're sneaking around with your ex? How is that complicated? I didn't mean for it to happen, she said, voice trembling. I didn't know how to stop. Stop. I laughed bitterly. Stop. You never even tried to be honest. How long has this been going on? Weeks? Months? Emily looked down, tears forming. A few weeks. I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't want to hurt you. Hurt me. My hands shook, fists clenching. You've been betraying me behind my back. That's not just hurt, it's destroying me. I know, she cried. I'm sorry. I hate myself for it. I didn't want to hurt you. I swear. I trusted you. I yelled, standing up. Every word, every smile, every promise. I believed in you. And this is how you repay me. She flinched, and I could see the guilt etched across her face. I made a mistake, she whispered, voice breaking. A mistake. I seethed. You're calling months of lies a mistake. How can you minimize this? I don't know what to say, she sobbed. I never wanted this to happen. I didn't plan it. I was confused. Confused. I shouted, pacing. You think confusion excuses sneaking around, lying to me, pretending everything is fine while meeting him behind my back. Emily backed away, tears streaming down her cheeks. I can't fix it. I can't undo what's done. Please don't hate me. Hate you? I spat. I don't know if I even understand what I feel right now. Anger, betrayal, heartbreak. They're all mixed together, and it hurts more than I ever imagined. I know, she whispered, voice barely audible. I never meant to hurt you this much. I cut her off. Do you realize what this means? Trust. Gone. Respect. Gone. Everything I thought we had. Gone. And for what? Him? Daniel? Your married ex. I love you, she said desperately. I just made terrible choices. You love me. I laughed bitterly. Love isn't supposed to feel like a dagger in the chest every time you lie. Love doesn't sneak out of the house to meet someone else. She collapsed onto the couch, sobbing uncontrollably. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I stared at her, chest heaving, heart pounding, torn between rage and sorrow. I can't do this right now. I need space. Time. You need to leave. She looked up, panic in her eyes. Please, don't push me away. I can explain. No. I shouted. I don't want explanations. I want truth. And the truth is, you betrayed me. You made your choice. Emily scrambled to her feet. I'll leave. I'm so sorry. I never meant for this. The words cut off as she rushed toward the door, grabbing her bag. I need to go. Please. I can't face this right now. The door slammed behind her. Silence engulfed the apartment. My hands dropped to my sides, trembling. I sank back onto the couch, chest tight, staring at the empty doorway. The weight of betrayal pressed down on me. Anger, sorrow, disbelief. They mingled into a crushing ache. I felt hollow, shattered, but somehow, beneath the wreckage, a spark of determination flickered. I whispered to myself, voice hoarse, this isn't over. I need answers, proof, everything she's hidden. I will find it. And for the first time that night, amidst the heartbreak and fury, I realized that this confrontation, painful as it was, had set something in motion, something that could never be undone. I sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at my phone, replaying her words. Are you really going to do this? I asked myself. No one answered, so I answered myself. Yes, I need the truth. I called Ryan first. Hey, he said. You okay? No, I said. But I'm thinking clearly now. That scares me, he replied. I need advice, I said. Not comfort. Then talk, Ryan said. I want proof, I said. Messages, photos, dates. I don't want excuses anymore. Ryan exhaled. I figured you'd say that. Can you help me? I asked. I can listen, he said. I can warn you. I won't stop you. That's enough, I said. At work the next day, I couldn't pretend anymore. I sat with Mark from accounting during lunch. You look like hell, Mark said. Funny, I replied. I feel worse. You want to talk? He asked. I want information, I said carefully. Have you seen Emily around lately? Mark frowned. Actually, yeah. She came by once. Asked about Daniel. My jaw tightened. What about him? She wanted his schedule, Mark said. Said it was for a surprise. A surprise, I repeated. I thought it was odd, he added. Is married. I know, I said quietly. Mark leaned closer. You didn't hear this from me, but they've been meeting after work. Coffee. Sometimes drinks. How long? I asked. Few weeks, he said. Maybe more. I nodded, pulling out my phone. Thank you. Later, I met Sarah from marketing near the parking lot. You okay? She asked. No, I said, but I need honesty. She hesitated. About what? Emily and Daniel, I said. Sarah sighed. I was hoping you didn't know. So you did, I said. I saw them together, she admitted. Holding hands. When? I asked. Last Thursday, she said softly. I closed my eyes. That's enough. That night, I scrolled through old messages on my phone. She's been deleting things, I muttered. I opened cloud backups, screenshots, call logs. This feels wrong, I whispered. But so did being lied to. My phone buzzed. Emily, I need to talk, she texted. I typed back, not yet. I stayed at the screen. Do I expose you? I asked aloud. Or do I walk away? The silence felt heavy. If I stay quiet, karma handles it, I said. If I speak, I become the villain. I imagined Daniel's wife finding out. I didn't choose this, I said. You did. I gathered everything into a folder. Dates, times, faces. This is power, I whispered. Not anger. Still, doubt lingered. Will this heal me? I asked myself. No answer came. I locked my phone and stood up. Justice doesn't need noise, I said. But it does need truth. For the first time since the hotel, my hands stopped shaking. I'll finish this, I said quietly. One way or another. I paced the living room, phone pressed to my ear. Tom, I said, I need a favor. What kind? He asked. Information, I replied. Nothing illegal. He hesitated. About who? Daniel, I said. And Emily. A long pause followed. I wondered when this would surface, Tom said. So you knew, I replied. I suspected, he said. They weren't careful. Where? I asked. Parking garage, he said. Twice last week. My stomach clenched. Did anyone else see? Probably, Tom said. People talk. Would you tell them? I asked. No, he said. But you should decide what you want. I want justice, I said. Justice or revenge, he asked. I didn't answer immediately. I don't know anymore. That matters, Tom said. One frees you. One chains you. I ended the call and stayed at the wall. Free or chained, I whispered. Why does it feel the same? I opened my laptop and labeled files carefully. This is not rage, I told myself. This is control. Still, my chest ached. If I expose everything, I hurt more people, I said aloud. If I don't, I carry it alone. I imagined Emily's voice begging. Would I forgive you? I asked the empty room. No answer came again. I leaned back and closed my eyes. Power doesn't mean cruelty, I said. It means choice. I saved the folder and backed it up twice. When the time comes, I whispered, I won't hesitate. I turned off the lights, certainty mixing with doubt. Justice will come, I said softly, whether through me or without me. I sat down again, breathing slowly. This isn't about winning, I said. It's about ending the lie. My reflection stayed back at me. I'll accept the cost, I whispered. Whatever it is. The decision settled inside my chest, heavy but firm. I stood, ready, knowing tomorrow would demand action, consequences, and courage I wasn't sure I had. but would find when it truly mattered most to me. I kept my distance, watching everything unfold like a storm I had no part in creating. I saw Daniel one morning at the office, face pale, voice clipped. "Hey," I said cautiously. He looked at me, startled. "Oh, hi. Everything okay?" I asked, trying to sound casual. "No," he admitted, rubbing his forehead. "My wife, she found out." "I'm sorry," I said, though I couldn't decide if I meant it. "It's over," he muttered. I messed up. Big time. Sometimes consequences find us faster than we expect," I said quietly. He nodded, avoiding my gaze. "Yeah, I don't know how to fix any of it." "You can't," I said simply. He exhaled sharply. "I've lost friends. Reputations shot. I never thought it would blow up like this." "I didn't either," I said, voice tight. Later, I saw Emily at the cafe we used to frequent. Her hair fell across her face as she stared at her coffee. "Emily," I said softly, not wanting to startle her. She looked up, eyes red. "Hey," she whispered. "Are you okay?" I asked. She shook her head. "No, I didn't realize how badly I'd hurt people. And myself." "I can see that," I said. "I feel alone," she admitted, voice trembling. "No one talks to me. Everyone knows. I can't escape it. Sometimes facing consequences is the only way to learn," I said, tone neutral. She looked at me, swallowing hard. "I know. I didn't expect it all to hit me at once." "You made choices," I said gently, "and now you have to live with them." She nodded, eyes downcast. "I never wanted this for anyone." I sipped my coffee silently, feeling a strange mixture of vindication and sorrow. Seeing them unravel was a relief, yes, but also painful. I had loved her. My phone buzzed. Ryan calling. "Hey," I said. "You've been quiet today. Everything okay?" he asked. "I watched the fallout," I said. "Daniel, Emily, consequences catching up." "I see," he said softly. "How do you feel?" "Mixed," I admitted. "Relief, anger, sadness, and some lingering love I can't shake." "That's normal," he said. "But are you letting it define you?" "I don't want to," I said. "I've been sleepless, paranoid, exhausted. This obsession, it's worn me down." "You need routines. Reclaim your life," Ryan said. "Reconnect. Heal." I nodded, realizing he was right. I'd been consumed by revenge and betrayal, forgetting to live. That evening, I called Mark and Sarah. "Hey," I said to Mark. "Want to grab a drink? Catch up?" "Sure," he said. "You sound better." "I'm trying," I admitted. Later, I messaged Sarah. "Coffee tomorrow?" "Absolutely," she replied. "It'll be good to see you." I realized small steps mattered. Friendship, conversation, laughter, routines. I didn't need revenge to feel whole. I needed myself. Walking through the park, I noticed the sun setting over the trees. I inhaled deeply, chest tight but lighter than it had been in weeks. "I can breathe," I whispered. "I can live again." Emily's absence, Daniel's downfall, they were lessons, not trophies. I didn't need to gloat. I didn't need to control the outcome. Karma had a way of finding its path. I sat on a bench, phone in hand. Messages from friends, reminders of meetings, small notes of encouragement. There were threads pulling me back to life. I heard my own voice in my head. "You survived this. You survived her lies, their betrayal, your own despair. And you're still here." I called Ryan again. "Feeling better?" he asked. "Yeah," I said, smiling despite the heaviness still lingering. "I'm moving forward." "That's good," he said. "It's the hardest part, letting go and taking back your life." "I know," I said. "I'll keep at it." Slowly, step by step. Evening faded into night. I walked home, the streets familiar, peaceful. The city continued, indifferent to all my pain and anger, yet somehow comforting in its normalcy. Sitting in my apartment, I poured a cup of tea. I stayed out the window, watching lights flicker in the distance. "The chaos is behind me," I whispered. "I can reclaim everything I lost. Peace, trust in myself, happiness. Sleep would come easier tonight. I wasn't fully healed, but I was on my way. Emily and Daniel faced their own reckoning, but I didn't need to witness every detail. Their consequences were theirs to bear. I had my own life to rebuild. And as I set my cup down, I felt it. Clarity. I was free. Free from lies. Free from betrayal. Free from obsession. I smiled faintly. This is just the beginning. I met Ryan at our usual cafe, sunlight spilling across the table. It felt normal, ordinary, and yet it carried a weight of significance I hadn't felt in months. "You look different," Ryan said, taking a sip of his coffee. "I feel different," I admitted. "Not empty anymore. Not bitter." "That's good to hear," he said, eyes scanning mine. "Really good." "I think I finally understand," I said. "All this time, I thought revenge would fix me, make me feel alive again. But it didn't. Not really." Ryan nodded slowly. "It never does. It only prolongs the pain." "I've spent months watching, learning, reflecting," I continued. "Seeing Emily and Daniel face the consequences without me interfering, it was like karma, yes, but also a lesson. For me, for them." "Did it help?" he asked. "It did," I said, in a way I didn't expect. I realized the power wasn't in punishment. It was in reclaiming my life, in surviving this and still standing. Ryan smiled. "I'm proud of you, man. You fought your own battles better than anyone else could." I took a deep breath. I've started routines again. Exercising, reading, even volunteering a bit. Reconnecting with friends like you, Mark, Sarah. It's grounding. I feel myself again. "You sound peaceful," Ryan said softly. "I am," I admitted. "Peaceful, and maybe even free." My phone buzzed. A message from Emily. I stared at it, hesitated, then opened it. She wrote, "I'm sorry. Truly, I regret everything. I hope you're okay." I smiled faintly, shaking my head. She reached out. And I don't need her validation anymore. I've survived without it. I don't need her apologies to move forward. Ryan leaned back. "That's growth, man. That's real closure." "I thought closure meant confrontation or revenge," I said, "but it doesn't. Closure is knowing your worth, standing tall, and letting the past stay where it belongs." Ryan nodded. "Exactly. And you've done that." We sat in silence for a moment, watching the world go by. People rushed, laughed, argued, lived their lives, unaware of the storms that had raged in my own. "I walked past the cafe the other day," I said, and remembered how I used to sit here, obsessing over betrayal, imagining what I'd do. The anger, the heartbreak, it consumed me. And now, it doesn't control me. "That's a huge step," Ryan said. "I know," I said. I think I finally forgive myself too. For trusting blindly, for feeling so much, for letting it hurt me so deeply. I forgive myself for loving fully." Ryan smiled, raising his cup. "To forgiveness, then." "To forgiveness," I echoed, clinking my cup gently against his. The day moved on, sunlight fading softly into the evening. I felt lighter than I had in months. Later, at home, I looked around my apartment. Quiet, clean, familiar, mine again. I didn't need distractions or distractions from pain. I had me, fully. Another message popped up on my phone. "Emily again." I hesitated, then read it. "If you ever want to talk. I understand if you can't forgive me. I just needed to say I'm sorry." I typed back slowly. "I accept your apology, but I don't need it to live. I've moved on. I hope you find peace too." I set the phone down and took a deep breath, feeling a weight lift from my chest. The sun began to rise, painting the sky in shades of gold and pink. I stepped outside, feeling the cool morning air on my face. Each breath felt like reclamation. Every step I took forward was mine, unburdened by lies, betrayal, or anger. I whispered to myself, I survived the storm. I know who I am. I know my worth. I am free. Down the street, children laughed. Couples walked hand in hand. Strangers passed by with lives I would never know fully. And I realized it didn't matter. What mattered was me walking into the light, leaving the shadows behind. I met Ryan again that evening, and we laughed, sharing small stories from our day. It felt easy, effortless, a reminder that life could be simple and joyful again. I never thought I'd get here, I admitted to him, after everything. But I did. I can feel it. The anger is gone. The grief, softer now, like a shadow that no longer follows me closely. You've grown, Ryan said, and you've earned it. I nodded, a genuine smile spreading across my face. I've earned it, and I'll protect it. No one can take this peace from me. No lies, no betrayal, no storms. The city hummed softly around me as I walked home, each step purposeful, steady. The sunrise had faded into morning, but the light remained inside me. I paused at the corner, looking up at the sky, letting the warmth soak in. This is my life now, I whispered. Forgiven, free, unshaken, and I'm ready for whatever comes next. I turned the corner and walked forward, leaving the past where it belonged, carrying nothing but lessons, growth, and the quiet strength of someone who had survived and who would never be broken the same way again.